Pants in the city, paws in the street, tails out right to an urban beat. From the dogs and the cats to the parakeets, all of us, we all never see. Fins and feathers and scales and birds, critters and squeak and chip and purr, wagging their tails to an urban beat. Yes, yes, yeah, we all know the sweet.
Hi, I'm Tony Sawicki, and this is Urban Animals, a human interest series about non-humans and the people who love them. Later in the show, we'll go to the Harsimus Cemetery in Jersey City, New Jersey. In this surprisingly bucolic setting, nestled into a densely populated urban center, you'll find gravestones, unexpected wildlife, hidden underground crypts and tunnels, and goats. We'll learn why these friendly, rambunctious farm animals have been relocated to a city cemetery and meet the people who brought them here. We'll also visit a healthcare facility that's got some extraordinary denizens living on its roof: honeybees. Valley Hospital has pledged to support sustainable and locally grown food, and as part of that initiative has installed beehives on its roof. The bees provide honey for the hospital's kitchens and also serve to pollinate plant life in the surrounding area. We'll check out the hives and learn about the importance of these industrious little insects. After we leave the hospital, we'll be visiting the breeding facilities of champion canary fancier Jorge Garcia. We'll meet Jorge and his canaries, explore the hobby of breeding and competing with them, and learn about how these charming, musical, and colorful little birds can make excellent pets for urban dwellers. But first, we go to Schubert Alley in the heart of New York's Theater District, where actress Bernadette Peters assembles the brightest stars on Broadway for an annual pet adoption event called Broadway Barks.
Once a year on the Great White Way, the biggest stars on Broadway come out to support pet adoption at an event called Broadway Barks.
It's an adoption event in Schubert Alley. You come and you meet, you get to look at dogs and cats as if you want to adopt them.
Broadway Barks is literally the pet project of stage and screen icon Bernadette Peters. At a press junket inside Schubert Alley's legendary Booth Theater, Bernadette discussed pet adoption and the Broadway community's efforts to find homes for shelter pets. She also sat down with Urban Animals to discuss what inspired her to create Broadway Barks, which she started nearly 2 decades ago. Bernadette, what inspired you to actually start Broadway Barks?
Well, I was in Annie Get Your Gun, and we had just won the Easter Bonnet for raising the most money for Broadway Cares of all the Broadway shows, and we were feeling really good, and we said, who else can we help? So I had just gone to the city shelter, and I was saying, well, we could,
help the city shelter.
Can we do that? And we were saying, yes, we could have celebrities come out from between shows on a Saturday, meet their animal, bring them up on stage, and get them adopted.
The idea behind Broadway Barks is to have performers from the world's greatest theatrical productions appear on a stage in Schubert Alley, the epicenter of New York's Theater District, accompanied by an assigned shelter pet. Here, famous thespians appeal directly to the public, encouraging people to open their lives to homeless dogs and cats. A unique strategy with a profound outcome. What have you achieved so far with Broadway Barks? Because I know you get a lot of publicity through this, and I know a lot of dogs have been adopted over the years through Broadway Barks.
Basically, that's what our main goal was to get the dogs out of the city shelter. The first time, and to get animals adopted, dogs and cats. The first time we did it was the first time the rescue groups ever worked together. Before that, these were individuals that said, I want to make a difference. This is something that needs help, attention. So it started with 6 shelters, and we had over 3,000 animals adopted.
3,000 animals adopted and counting since Broadway Barks began. After our interview, Bernadette headed outside to Schubert Alley, where some of Broadway's brightest stars had gathered in the name of animal welfare. Among them, Tony and Emmy Award-winning actress Bebe Neuwirth, well known to millions of fans for her television roles in Cheers, Frasier, and Madam Secretary.
Bebe, what brings you to Broadway Barks today?
Well, this is, I'm here because of Totes Adorbs. That's this kitten's name. This 10-week-old rescued kitten. It's Broadway Barks. pet adoption event, and people come out and all these animals get adopted and find homes, and people find their new loves to take with them. It's really wonderful.
And you've done this every year, BB?
Almost every year. There's been a few years that I've missed for if I wasn't available or something, but I look forward to this every year. I think, oh, July is Broadway Barks.
It seems the entire New York theater community looks forward to this kind-hearted annual event, even the famously wicked. Christine Dwyer may be known for her role as Elphaba, Broadway's villainous Witch of the West, but in real life the actress is far from wicked, especially when it comes to helping animals. In fact, she was tempted to personally take home the shelter dog that she was trying to get adopted.
Since the moment I met her, she has not stopped wagging her tail. She wants to be introduced to everybody.
Now let me ask you something. Is it hard for you not to just adopt these dogs yourself?
Yes, absolutely. I have a dog at home of my own. He's 8.5. So I don't know if he would be ready to welcome another dog.
And for some of these Broadway luminaries, being here at Broadway Barks is not only an opportunity to help animals, but a benchmark of achievement in the theater world. Tony Award winner James Monroe Iglehart stars as the genie in Aladdin and always dreamed of being a part of Broadway Barks.
I just really love helping the animals, to be honest. I have 2 cats at home. I had a dog for 14 years, and I used to work at this theater when Memphis was here, and I used to see Broadway Barks here all the time, and I always kind of dreamed about them finally asking me to be a part of it, to be able to help these great animals. So I'm glad to be here.
So this is like a fulfillment of a dream for you.
Definitely. This year has been awesome, and the fact that I get to do this is great, too.
Yeah, you get to be here and you get to help these dogs.
Yes, definitely.
And for those looking to find a shelter pet, there can perhaps be nothing more exciting than adopting a dog or cat who has come to your home after introduction by one of Broadway's most iconic stars. Norm Lewis, who is the Phantom of the Opera, represents a new homeless pet each year at Broadway Barks.
It's great to bring the Broadway community together to do such a great cause, and I love dogs. And I think they even have a Broadway cats thing too. But
they do have some cats here.
Yeah. So it's just great to share our love for these animals and hopefully find a home for them. And and like I said, it's kind of like old home week for us. It's a family reunion.
Right. You see all the people you're in shows with.
Yeah.
You've been in shows with over the years, so
Yeah.
it's a good social event too.
Exactly.
Clearly, Broadway Barks is a win-win situation for the performers, the pets, and the public. And it's all made possible by the beneficent efforts of Bernadette Peters, a Broadway legend and a tireless champion for homeless urban animals.